Recall this, you just got your hands on Bungie's brand new game, Destiny, and you couldn't be more excited to play it. The trailers were awesome, the budget is literally insane, and I mean, come on, these guys made Halo. Game of the year. This is gonna be game of the year. This is so cool. Oh, that was the whole game? Yeah, this game had a lot of problems at launch, including a forgettable story, issues with the loot system, and repetitive gameplay. But against all odds, Destiny managed to survive, getting its own sequel and remaining relevant to this day. Let's talk about the Destiny miracle. Our story begins with a video game developer who was tired of being a one-trick pony. You see, when Bungie created the first Halo game, they surely knew that it was special, but no one could have predicted this. Halo became a cultural phenomenon in a way that we hadn't seen from a video game without Nintendo slapped on the cover. For good reason, too. There wasn't anything else like Halo at the time, and it paved the way for pretty much all the console shooters that came after it. Overnight, it turned Bungie into a household name for gamers and became ingrained in the Xbox brand. Naturally, Bungie made multiple sequels, all with just as much critical acclaim. But their greatest success would soon become one of their worst pitfalls. You see, Bungie had much larger creative ambitions, and eventually, Halo only interfered with that. The company desperately wanted to explore their creativity with a new IP, but it seemed like it was just too late for them. They were the Halo people now, and that's all they were. After the 2010 release of Halo Reach, Bungie said goodbye to the franchise. That same year, they came to a 10-year deal with publisher Activision, centered around a brand new IP called Destiny. The first reveal trailer for Destiny came out in 2013. Expectedly, it was a smash hit, and it created a lot of hype for the upcoming game. A fantastic marketing campaign followed the reveal, leading up to the game's 2014 release. Makes you wonder how much of the $140 million budget went into advertising. Bungie's fame, stacked on top of this insane budget, led many of us to believe that Destiny was sure to be an easy home run. And you know, it definitely, it made a lot of money. Despite making $325 million in the first 5 days, the reviews for Destiny were pretty mediocre. Let's talk about some of the reasons why, starting with the unintriguing narrative. The story in Destiny's main campaign was laughably bad. You play as a Guardian, which is a special kind of warrior who is gifted light from this thing, the Traveler. Your sole purpose is to protect the Traveler from darkness, which is, you know, I played this game for a good 5 years, well, let's be honest, this game played me for a good 5 years of my life, and I still don't really get the whole Traveler darkness thing. The game starts with you being resurrected by a bored robot, voiced by Peter Dinklage.
Eyes up, Guardian.
Oh, and there's this Exo Stranger there as well, but she doesn't even have time to explain why she doesn't have time to explain. And neither do I. That's about all I remember. The story was notoriously vague and forgettable, which was very disappointing because the world of Destiny is actually quite interesting. You know what's not interesting? The repetitive grind. From the beginning, Destiny has always been a grind fest. If you wanted to get the best gear and weapons, you had to put in the time. Notably, when the game launched, there weren't many options as to how you would grind. There were only a handful of strikes in the original game, and one raid that only gave you good rewards the first time you completed it each week. And Loot Cave, of course. If you know, you know. The amount of content in the base game was abysmal, especially considering that this game was supposed to last 10 years. Oh wait, that's right, they already had some paid expansion packs cooking in the oven. The kind you don't have to buy to enjoy the game, but let's be real, you do. Many fans saw this as another case of corporate greed bleeding its way into gaming once again. And they're right, I mean, it's Activision. Remember kids, Activision is literally evil. So with all this, how did Destiny manage to get a sequel and remain popular to this day? And more importantly, why did I spend 5 years of my life playing this game? Whew, is someone cutting onions in here? Despite its many flaws, Destiny was a special game. There was a lot of things to complain about when this game came out, but the gunplay was not one of them. Shooting is satisfying and smooth, and overall the game just feels so good in your hands. Character movement was fluid, and despite being pretty one-dimensional, each of the elemental subclasses of the game found a way to make you feel like an alien fighting superhero. The expansion packs, as expensive as they were, they added a lot of awesome content to the game and kept people coming back for years to come. It It was always very exciting learning a new raid and seeing what kind of awesome gear they added to the game. But what really made this game so special was the friends that you played it with. That was the miracle that kept Destiny alive. It was the late night conversations while waiting for Xur to show up in the tower. Replaying the raids every single week to see who would get the Gallarhorn first.
You don't have a Gallarhorn?
Oh, I got it! Yeah, I got it! Yes! Yeah!
It was getting unreasonably mad at each other when losing in Trials of Osiris. Behind all of Destiny's flaws and its publisher's greed, what really made this game so special was the connection you had with your fellow Fireteam members. And that is how I justify spending so much money on those expansion packs. Hey guys, if you like this video from me and you would like to check another one out, feel free to click on this one right here. Also, leave a comment letting me know your favorite Destiny memory, and make sure to like the video if you liked it, and subscribe. Don't forget about that one. Very important.